Hi folks, how are you all doing today? Today it's time for control category, right? Control category of blocks. These are very important and one of the most prominently used blocks we can say, right? It's one of the important categories of blocks wherein the complete logic based blocks, right, are present inside this, like loops, conditionals. So such kind of blocks are present in control category. So these are very important, right, on the whole. So without any delay, I would just like to start with the content for today. And yeah, so this is going to be very much important for you to understand what each control block does and how to use them. Okay, so we'll see about how to implement them definitely. So yeah, let's quickly get started with the first block in control, which is wait 1 seconds. So wait 1 seconds is basically for waiting for a second, yeah. Or if you want to just wait for a half a second or 100 milliseconds, so you can definitely use this kind of a block, right? So if you just want to add some delay in your program, let's say you're creating something and you just want some delay, maybe waiting for some time and then executing the other block or something like that. So you can absolutely use waits block, right? So I would just like to show you a very small example. Like I'm just using forever, sorry, when green flag clicked, then I would just like to do something forever again and again. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to switch costume to costume 2. So or I will say next costume. I think we have discussed this the other day, right? So next costume, then what it would do is it would just flicker like this, yeah. So this flickering effect, I don't think anyone would like to see this kind of a flickering effect on any game or animation, correct? So this is not the appropriate action to be done in any case, correct? So then how would you resolve this issue? So you can use this wait block. So it says, it waits for a second and then executes the other block, right? Waits for a second, then executes the thing. Waits for a second, then executes the thing. Yeah. So this is how it goes. Okay. So this is all about it, right? And wait block would add certain delay in the code. Okay. And then we have repeat blocks. If you want to repeat something some 10 times, 20 times, 100 times, how many ever number of times you want, and you know how many number of times you want to repeat something, so you can absolutely use repeat block, right? So this comes in handy if you actually know the number of iterations, right? This is almost like a for loop. So if you've not been watching my series yet, please do go back to my programming concepts I'm in playlist in my channel Folks Hub. Okay, so there you will be finding the concepts of programming, wherein you will understand what is a for loop. So this is something similar to for loop, you can say. Okay, and then we have forever. Forever is like the infinite loop which runs again and again continuously until and unless you stop it, right? And then you have conditional statements. So conditional statements are the decision making statements. So we all know how important conditional statements are. If you've not been watching my series yet, I would recommend you to watch my other series because we've spoken about conditional statements. I think one multiple times, right? And yeah, you have some bunch of stuff which is related to conditional statements, how to use them, how are we using them in the logic of any program. Yeah, you have it. But I would say in brief that conditional statement is basically like wherein if you want to check a condition and then if you want to perform some activity, then you would go for if then conditional statements. Okay, so if it checks a condition which is present over here, let's suppose if I say if touching edge, okay, then I want to do something, let's say, right? So here is the condition. If this condition is true, then it would execute the if conditional statement. If the condition is false, then it wouldn't execute the statement. Okay, so that's how it goes and it works, right? Now let's say this is about if conditional statement, right? What if else conditional statement is used? Okay, so if else conditional statement would be like most probably. So if the conditional statement, I mean, if the condition is true, conditional statement would get executed. Else part would get executed. Okay, So basically, this is like giving feedback to your user wherein the conditional statement did not get executed, so I'm getting executed, right? So you can give some sort of output to your user so that your user can understand what exactly is happening, correct? So with conditional statements, you can't really give any feedback to your user saying this happened or this happened, yeah. But yes, if conditional statements or if else conditional statements are used, so you can absolutely give some output or the result to your user saying this is happening in the program. Okay, so that's about if else conditional statement, and we'll be using them in our future programs. Then you would understand that better. And yeah, then we have wait until. So wait until block is usually used to wait until some certain particular, I mean, some certain amount of time, right? So let's say wait until touching edge, and then if you want to do something, right? So you can place it under this. So it will just wait until certain thing is done, some certain condition is met. We have repeat until basically is like so it will repeat something until the condition is met. Okay, so let's say repeat until touching edge. So until and unless a sprite will touch the edge, whatever is placed inside repeat until would get repeated. Okay, so that's like a continuous loop again, right? And then we have stop all. Stop all is basically used to stop everything. So basically sprites and then scripts, other scripts in the sprite, the complete actions or activities which are taking place in a program would stop with stop all. Okay. So the stop block would stop everything. And when I start as a clone, this is something very important. And we'll talk about clone in detail in our next sessions, right? But for today, if I have to tell you when I start as a clone thing, so whenever you clone a sprite, if it starts as a clone, what does it have to do, right? So that you'll be placing under this block, okay? And not only this, you have this cloning block. So create clone of myself. Myself in the sense here, sprite. Create clone of cat, if you want to say that. So you can use create clone of myself, okay? And then we have delete this clone. So if you want to delete the clone, absolutely you have to delete the clone. Why and how? So we'll be talking about this in our later sections. But yes, for now you can understand to delete the sprite. Basically, sprite in the sense clone here, okay? So to delete the clone, we use delete this clone. And these blocks are very, very important when in case if you're creating a game wherein you need multiple sprites, multiple same sprites. Yeah. So in that case, you would be needing create clone, and this is one of the very useful blocks we can say. So this is all about control category, wherein you have so many blocks which are very useful, very much helpful, right? And we'll be using all these blocks in our next sessions where we would be creating projects. So then we would use all of these. I'm just building up your foundations, right? So that you can absolutely use any block whenever you want and whatever you want to do. So you can quickly start off if you know what is a block, right? So that's how we are actually learning these things. Well, we should be able to quickly start it off right after completing the discussion about these things. Okay. So this is all for today, and I will be meeting you all in the next session with another section here, right? So thank you so much for watching this video, guys. If you like it, please do like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel, Folks Hub. So I'll be meeting you all in the next session. Bye bye, and have a great day, all.